Hello, it's Meki. I am here with a non-free plugin this time. But the reason this isn't free is it's basically free. This is Synth, Stranger by UJam, and this is currently a ridiculous 91% off. That's right, 91% off. Look at that. Look at that number. Unbelievable. £4 will pick this thing up for you, and the price is normally $43. So that is a huge discount. Absolutely worth it. And I'm a big fan of UJam stuff. I have quite a lot of their things, and I think, in fact, one of the more recent videos was a free plugin from them. So given the fact that they gave us something entirely for free, parting with £5 or $5 or whatever it might be in your currency, I think it's entirely worth it. Now, what I will say is that this is reduced until the 14th of December. I'll say that again, reduced until the 14th of December. So now's your chance to pick it up. If you're on the fence, something else I would say that's very cool about this is Synth give you a free download. So you can download it and you can trial it out if you want to for 7 days. All they need from you is an email address, and then once you do that, you're signed up and you can download it. But given the fact that, like I say, it's £5, it's entirely worth it. Now, I've already downloaded it. If this is the first time you downloaded something from UJam, there's a little bit of a process, nothing major. You get the tool to download and update and keep the plugins updated. But once you have that, and once you have that installed, that's it. If there are updates, you just go to that app, you refresh it, and it updates the plugin on your machine. Now, Stranger, they say, are doing dark, mystical soundscapes. Now, I've had a little bit of a play around with it, and honestly, they're not wrong. It really does do dark and mystical sounds. You can see that the inspiration for it is very much Stranger Things and that kind of vibe. What I would say is you can hear the influences in the music, but there are so many options. And I'll show that off in a second. You've got arps, you've got basses, you've got brass, you've got keys, you've got pads, you've got all kinds of things that you can get from this. And, you know, they're not wrong. If you're not used to using synthesizers and you don't really understand those, it very much tries to emulate an analog synthesizer. All the same, well, a lot of the similar kinds of knobs and adjustments that you can make. You can obviously do your own prefixes and settings. Very cool. Very much worth playing around with. So if you are new to production, you're not really that confident, there are lots and lots of things that this offers. So once you've downloaded this, this gives you a bunch of stuff. Like I say, we'll probably not go through too many other things. The only thing I would mention here is, as they've said, they've got 50 presets. 50 presets to play around with. And each one of those presets you can adjust settings and make your own version of that. So absolutely worth looking at. We're going to fire up the DAW, going to run that and show that off. Okay, I've added in a track. I've added the instrument. You can see here I've just searched in my list. It will be under Synth. So if you already have Synth sounds and packages, then that will be under that. If you don't, then it will literally just be under Synth. And then the idea being is that there are other audio libraries you can add to it. This is just one of them. So we're going to do that. We're going to bring that back open. And we'll edit the instrument. And you can see here, this is it in its full glory. This is it in its full glory. This is Astral EDM. You see there's these little, like, sound effects that they've added to it. You've got, again, as we mentioned before, they're treating it like a virtual synthesizer. So you've got knobs to adjust the character. You can adjust, this is called space swells and cartoon swells. You can very much hear the difference. Then there is complex padding. Really helps you add like different moods, very cinematic. And what you'll notice is on our pad here, these have changed. So character is there, however, this has now changed. This is now detune. So we can really bring in a detuned sound. Within this, you've also got different changes you can make to the pad in and of itself. So within each of one of these, you can chuck in the sequencer that wasn't on this preset. And it just offers so many sound options. And you see here we can latch it, we can sync it to the beat or to the key, we can change the rate of that, we've got mixed arpeggios, we can change that to 1-bar arpeggios. You've got an option to randomize, and you've got an option to randomize on each one of these. So these dice symbols allow you to just add a really random sound to it. Very good when you can do that. We're just going to do that again. And that randomization is so interesting. And you'll see here, I love that they've got a button that literally is just called surprise. And that for me kind of really has that Tron style of sound. That's just one of the settings, you know, like I feel like I'm going to spend ages with this. You know, they've got dark bubbling, an Atmos, nice crystal pad. Very much you can change based on the type of mood that you want to put together. This is everything within this. You can see all the categories and all of those. You've got vowel keys, you've got all of these things. You've got different ARPs, different Atmos settings, different bass settings, brass, and so on. So many options. You know, and that's just me playing around. I'm not even trying to play anything seriously. I'm just, you know, playing some notes, playing some chords and seeing what kind of sounds nice. And again, so many options within that, within the lead you've got, you know, so each one of these tells you exactly how many there are within that and how many options you have. That's literally huge opportunity for creation and originality. And, you know, yes, you're starting with a preset, but you've got literally a surprise button. I love that. It's taking the preset, it's adding a randomization to what you're putting together. And that opens up so many opportunities for creation. And obviously, anything that you like, you can then save that and have that as your preset and then come back to that. You know, again, you've got ambient settings, you've got delay settings, so you can chuck that in. You can change the type of delay. And you'll see there, that's bouncing left and right, but then straight you've got like a tape delay. And it really emulates that. So huge, huge, huge opportunities for creativity. This, like I say, is 91% off, which for me is just unbelievable for the sheer volume of potential that you can get out of it. I will share a link to where that is on UJam's site, so go check it out. Let me know what you're making. And yeah, once again, I've been Meki. I know this isn't a free one. We will be back with some free ones soon. And to be honest, I mentioned working on Omnisphere, and then Cubase 15 dropped, and that kind of threw my plans out a little bit. So stay tuned for some videos on those things. I'll kind of talk through my feelings, and yeah, I look forward to the next one. Like, subscribe, all those fun things, please and thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.